There has been an increasing concern over the years regarding a decrease in the population of the minke whales in the Southern Ocean. Using new research methods, Dr. Rob Williams, marine mammal conservation biologist of the University of British Columbia, and a team of scientists have come up with new population estimates of the minke whales from their travels to Antarctica. They found that there was a large abundance of minke whales under the edges of the sea ice. Previously, investigators have been unable to access this area due to lack of equipment and funding. So what was their new research method?
We just happened to be able to piggyback our project on that ship that was going. It was an opportunity. The organization that owns the ship and operates the ship has a couple of helicopters, and they have exceptionally talented and skilled helicopter pilots who donated 100 hours of their time. And they would allow us to, as the ship was sailing, get in a helicopter, take off, and do a survey to count minke whales, beach whales, anything else that we saw in a square, and then meet up with the ship as it steamed another 20 miles ahead.
Dr. Rob and his team of scientists went all the way down to the base, then from Normar all the way across to the Weddell Sea, along the ice edge and up the eastern Antarctic Peninsula, around the western Antarctic Peninsula, and then up to South America, counting whales along the way.
Much time that anyone had taken a really systematic snapshot of the density of minke whales in the open water and in the ice that's immediately adjacent, so that we had a comparison.
Previously, abundance counts in the Antarctic were done in ships unable to survey the sea ice zones. The use of helicopters in this experiment was revolutionary.
Helicopters and icebreakers are just really tremendously powerful tools for surveying in the Antarctic. With a helicopter, if you see one of these critters, you can stop and hover and take a photograph and identify the species, or ask an expert to help you identify the species later. So they're incredibly agile and powerful tools. With the minke whales, they allow us to stop and take photographs and get a good estimate of group size, and they simply allow us to access open water and ice-covered water that you could not do in a ship. Even if you could get in there in an icebreaker, the icebreaker would make so much noise that it would shift the distribution of the minke whales.
Dr. Rob Williams said that the reason that this study had never been done before was because it is tremendously expensive to do this type of science. According to Dr. Rob Williams, they were only able to do this study because the government of Germany said to them that they had a ship that was going down to supply a base and that they were welcome on board. They were granted 100 hours of helicopter time and told to look for whales on the way down and on their way to South America. These scientists were very lucky.
In terms of this experiment, 2 heads were certainly better than 1.
As all of the findings came from the collaborative effort of a number of specialists.
I partnered with a statistician, Dr. Natalie Kelly, at the Australian Antarctic Division. She is a brilliant mathematician, and together we analyzed the data. And so it was fun to get climate scientists, mathematicians, and biologists working together on this project.
Serving the abundance of whales in a dynamic environment is tough, but with the proper funding and equipment, we can get better estimations of the population abundance of minke whales in the constantly changing sea ice. This way we can build upon previous data and tell a fuller story.